So once again, Tim, thank you for stopping by. Jamie, thank you for stopping by. Tim, why don't you introduce yourself to the people that don't know you yet?
Hello, everybody. So my name's Tim O'Laughlin, and I'm an ADD entrepreneur. I start a bunch of small businesses.
What was the first business you started?
So the first business I would have to say probably was in junior high. I started going to Walmart and buying the Pixie sticks and gum because they had like a gum ban. So I figured we could go get big old packages of the Wrigley's because it was super cheap. And we were selling them for like 25 cents each, which was actually cheaper than you could get them at like the gas station. So we were just like selling those like crazy. And then we just moved up to Pixie sticks. And then it just kind of like from there just went on from there.
Oh, man. So you've been breaking the law since forever.
Yeah.
Like, welcome to the club, Tim. How about you? How about you, Jamie? Introduce yourself, man.
I'm Jamie Farnsworth, the Farnsworthy Company, LLC. Shameless plug. I got to say, I think every entrepreneur starts selling candy in school because that's exactly what I did.
I mean, it's the easiest hustle, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, literally, this is why, like, we'll get into it later, but this is why I am where I am today. Same ordeal, same idea. You buy it at a wicked, wicked low price and then sell it for top dollar, and it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only other thing they compare is real estate.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about real estate. Have you guys ever messed around with real estate at all?
I'm about to.
Now, Tim has it, but Jamie, you're about to? How?
I'm about to, I got an investor, and we're about to put up a 100-unit apartment complex.
What? Hey, man, I wish you the best of luck, but this podcast is going to be all about the vending machine business. So, Jamie, tell us about your vending machine business. What do you have? How much do you make? And how do you feel about the business overall?
Oh, my God. I'm pretty passionate about the vending thing because it brought me out of a really bad place. So I'm going to jump like straight into this and just tell my story wicked fast on this whole thing.
Let's do it.
So listen, I went and I was driving truck, right? I'm driving truck and I'm making like $13 an hour, which at the time was actually okay money, right? And one day I came into work and they're just, hey, we're cutting people. You're one of them. Sorry, bye. Here's your last check. I took that last check and like I was trying to figure out the best way to turn that into some sort of income because that's what entrepreneurs do, right? And the first thing that popped into my head was candy, right, from high school. That used to do all that. Well, they got these honor boxes, right? They got these honor boxes that you can get. So I bought 5 or 50 honor boxes and I put them all out. And this is a form of vending. These honor boxes is a form of vending. So I'm vending lollipops out of these boxes. And then one of my locations comes up to me and says, hey, would you get us a soda machine? And of course, before I have any plans in place, I don't even like think about it. I'm like, yeah, I'll get you a soda machine. Of course, I have no idea where I'm going to get a soda machine. So I'm just like, what am I going to do from here? So I get on the Facebook marketplace there and happen to find one. It was like an hour and a half away, but I went up, I grabbed it, $400, brought it down, installed it, didn't know a darn thing about what I was getting myself into. I had to learn, like I had no mentors. I had to figure this stuff out on my own. And like I was in a group of people that were dealing with bulk candy machines. That's a whole different story than a full line machine. So I set this thing up and I learned everything about it. I want to say in like 3 or 4 visits. I just like focused so hard on this, got into it. And here I am now. I've got some like 15 machines, 9 locations, and I'm pulling gross. I'm making right around $2,500 a month.
Dang,
gross. My net income is around $1,800.
All right. And are you still doing the honor boxes or just strictly soda machines?
I moved away from the honor boxes. I had some moral issues with them and starting to become a little bit of a public figure, and I decided to sever myself from that.
All right. And how about you, Tim? How did you get started into this business?
So I think for me it's like watching you kind of, and then you were doing the gumball machine. So I had already made some money from the eBay business, selling just junk around the house. and I made some money with that. And it was the same thing. Like I wanted to learn how to invest it into something else. So like I have a small paint business, dude, but I hate it. I am so tired of it. And I put my wife through school, and then my youngest daughter, she actually had a lot of health issues when she was born. So through all of that, it took a lot of time for us to get to where she could start going to school, and then she finished school. So now she's working. So then I was able to like, okay, step back from painting a little bit and like, what would I like enjoy doing? And I always like was kind of fascinated with vending machines. In high school, we had like a business class, and we used to have to go collect the money and do the inventory and everything for the vending. So once I had this opportunity, I was like, man, if I could find some vending machines, like it would be awesome. So I started looking into the Gumball machines, but I just said, you know, why not just go big and go for the vending machines right out the gate? And like Jamie, I had nobody to lean on. I'm talking to my friends about it, and they're like, you're crazy. That's something you did in the 90s. You don't do that now. And I'm like, well, I'm doing it. So just, you know, hopefully you guys support me, you know? So, and then I just figured it out, man. I just jumped in, and, you know, I've always just kind of worked for myself. I guess I have a problem with authority figures maybe, because
yeah,
doesn't like, every entrepreneur out there.
Yeah.
Hey man, me too, man. I hate people I can't have a boss.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll get the work done. Just let me know. Just tell me what you want the end product to be, and I'll get it done. It may not be exactly how you want me to do it, but I promise it'll be the way you want it. And like, that doesn't fly in the work world, right?
Yeah, man. So you only have one soda machine right now?
So I have two, actually. So I decided to do it the very next day. I bought two machines, and then within 7 days, I had the first one placed on location. And then within 17 days, I had my second machine placed. So within 17 days of buying them, I have both machines placed.
There you go. Dang, man. And let me tell you, since you just got started, what was one of the biggest headaches about buying this machine? Because first of all, I mean, it must cost you hundreds of dollars per machine.
Yeah.
And were they working already, or did you have to put in work into them?
So it was pretty scary because so the guy I bought it from, man, when he showed up, I was just like, oh my gosh, because he didn't look like, you know, a savory character at first, but he turned out to be a pretty decent dude. And he kind of did a quick run through and just kind of showed me, and it seemed familiar to me because when I was younger, I used to work for a security company, and one of the places I had to leave because I didn't like them telling me what to do. But I learned how to program the panels back then. Was like a series of numbers. So it's similar to the way the machines work, because it's like this button is enter, this is a scroll up and down button. So like, it was a little bit familiar to me. So once he showed me how, like on the Royal machine, there's a blue button on the motherboard. So you just push that, and then it kind of gets you into the whole programming area. And then from there, I just figured it out. And just kind of, you know, I watch a lot of Jamie's videos because, you know, he's really informative and has a lot of knowledge. And then I reached out to him. There was a point where I just didn't know. And I knew it was something so simple, because it's always something so simple.
Jamie right here. Jamie, when you first started by your big machine, what was one of the biggest headaches you had to deal with?
Moving it. Hands down, moving it was the biggest frustration ever. I had no idea that this machine was going to be 900 pounds.
Oh, like, you know empty. What? I found out the hard way as well. I had to get like 4 people just to help me move one machine. How did you do it?
So the guy I bought it from actually like had a vending company, and he had a forklift. He just put it on there. We laid it down, which is something you shouldn't do when you move a machine, a soda machine in particular. You shouldn't lay it down, but if you have to, you have to. You got to do what you got to do, right? And I went straight from his place to the location it was going to. It never saw an intermediate. It went straight home, right? And I had this little dinky dolly that I thought was going to do the trick, and I was so wrong. Oh man, I was so wrong.
I mean, you had the machine in the truck.
Yeah, this is the back of a truck. I'm alone. Like it's me and Josie, and I'm not going to let Josie get up there, you know? Yeah. And I get up on there, and it was the worst experience of my life. I grabbed the bottom of that machine, and I just planted my feet on the tailgate, and I just rocked and rocked and rocked. And eventually it slid out, and it's coming down, and I'm like seeing my life flash before my eyes as this 900-pound machine is about to crush me. Solid fact, vending machines kill more people every year than sharks do.
Whoa.
I thought I was going down.
Is that correct?
That is a true fact.
I'm going to have to check it.
Watching a shark show. But I got it down, and then we run into the problem of getting it in there because my dolly was not. wasn't going to have it.
That's-
Fortunately, it was a tire shop at my tire warehouse location. Great guys there, absolutely love them. They had a couple of those wooden 4-wheel dollies, and we MacGyvered it to work and rolled it through the door, put it where it needed to be, and that was the worst part. That right there, absolute worst part. And it took so many more times moving machines before I actually figured out how to do it without nearly killing myself.
And what is the proper way of moving the machine, in your opinion?
There are 2 ways. My preferred way is pallet jack and 2x4s. You can do it alone if you have a pallet jack, 2x4s, and a couple $100 to rent a truck for a day with a lift gate. And I've got a video on this on my channel. If you guys want to see it, like, that's up to you whether or not you want to plug it.
Hey, and of course, Jamie's and Tim's channel is going to be in the description below, so you guys could go get that free 99 knowledge. And what's the second way, Jamie?
So the second way is going to be a specific dolly for vending. And what they are is they're very, very tall dollies. They're going to be, when you hook them on there, they're going to be taller than the machine itself. And then they're going to have a set of pneumatic wheels on the back. Don't get the ones with plastic wheels, because that's a good way to not be able to get through a door. You get the ones with adjustable pneumatic wheels that go up and down the dolly. And you set them up a little bit higher. You tighten it down. You stand on the axle of those wheels. You grab the top of it. And you can just rock yourself back, and the whole thing will come back, and it'll be like it's sitting on 4 wheels. And you can roll it around. Still a little bit more difficult than using a pallet jack, but it's more versatile. You can move it around more places that way.
And how about you, Tim? How did you move your first couple of vending machines? Same way? Only yourself or what?
Oh man, so I actually have clips of how I moved it on my channel, but I just manhandled it. So same thing as Jamie, I got a dolly. And and you too. I got a dolly, and it was not the right kind of dolly. It was like more for like a smaller refrigerator, and the axle bent on the dang dolly, so it like beveled in like this. So that dolly's dust. Like I can't even use that dolly. So that day, me and my buddy, we just manhandled it in, and then just tip it in the back of my truck. And luckily, I think because I was listening to you, how you were tugging it out of the back of your truck, I do it the same exact way. I put my feet on the tailgate and yank that sucker back. But I have a truck liner in the back, so I think that really helped a lot. But the tricky part is I had a ladder rack, so like once it got to like the point where it wanted to start teetering, I actually had to keep pulling it so it wouldn't hit because the ladder rack's up here, so it wouldn't hit the ladder.
That's even more scary than what I went through.
Oh, dude, when you just said you almost got crushed, I had flashbacks because it was the same thing. And and I had nobody else to help me. So it's like I had to get it off the truck, and I had to figure out how to price it and how to load it and make sure it was vending, because I had no time. Like I jumped into everything so fast. I had no time with the machines. And like at my house, I don't have a garage. So I had to keep them in a storage unit. So even just to play with them, I had to go pick them up, bring them home. So it was just, or the night before the delivery, I loaded it, unloaded it, and then just went through it and leaned on.
How did you move it to your locations?
So same thing. So I upgraded. I bought a more decent dolly. It's still not a vending machine dolly, but it works. So same thing, just a couple buddies. We just tilted into my truck, which I know it shouldn't be on its side, but we made sure to let it, stand up for almost 45 minutes before I plugged it in, the compressor in, or the condenser in.
Oh, geez. It should really be like closer to 24 hours.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, hopefully I don't ever have to move them again. Hopefully they can stay exactly where they're at, so we don't have to risk it again.
So, I mean, pretty much we all had trouble. Even myself, I bought 2, one soda and one snack. And I didn't have a dolly. So me and my friends would just shimmy the vending machine onto the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, we all made videos about that.
Oh, yeah.
But pretty much the point is that, hey, we all didn't have the right equipment. We didn't have the right knowledge, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It had to happen. Yeah, there was no other choice. It wasn't not going to happen.
That's right. And how about this? You guys got the machines. What was your sales pitch to get the location, Tim?
So for me, So I've been in bands like my whole life, so I have no problem just walking up to people and selling like myself. So basically, like I said, I got a small paint business, and I would be coming home or on my way to work, and I'd be in my paint gear, but I'm like, how do I go in there not looking like a professional person and still try to pitch? But like, this is the time that I have to do it. So like, I just kind of modified. I walk in there and I would introduce myself. My name's Tim. You know, I run a small paint business. I just finished a job up the road, but also I run a small vending machine business. And that's just kind of how I would lead in. And I would just kind of read them and just kind of try to make them like me.
Let me ask you, was your first pitch a success, or how many did you have to try?
No, so I think I did 5 pitches before I land. I think my 5th pitch I landed. So I went to just 4 places. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go stop by there. And like, I had friends who own like businesses around, so I would just go say hi, you know, and then I'd go next door and then just ask. And next door, like, hey, I was over here visiting my friend, and just try to find a way.
Someone say yes.
And then one guy was happy because he's like, these guys go to the store 5 or 6 times a day. He's like, you're gonna save me money on labor because like, now they don't have to leave.
Is it a mechanic shop?
Yeah, an auto body shop.
There. How about you, Jamie? What was your sales pitch, and how many did you have to do until you got that one yes?
Dude, things were weird for me. Things were really backwards for me. Most people have a problem with a pitch. Like I explained before I get into it, I just want to say Tim's story that he just told, he's actually got a video on that, and he like recorded himself doing the pitch. And it's incredible. It's really, really good. But everything happened backwards for me. Everyone has to go out and find locations. I think I found 1 location. The rest of them came to me.
How'd you make that happen?
So where I live, there's only one other vending company. They've been around for 25 years, pissing people off. I wasn't going to get into full line. It just wasn't going to happen. The tire shop reached out to me because I had a box there. They said, hey, can you do this? And I was like, sure. And that wasn't even a thing. They asked me, and I did it.
How about the next couple locations?
The next one was the only one that I actually reached out and asked someone, and it was the municipal airport. Now this is a government. Municipal means government, so it's a government airport. So this is exactly what I did. I walked in there, and I also had a box there, so I was already foot in the door, which is great. And I looked over at the Hertz counter, and I says, "You guys happy with that snack machine over there?"
So they already had a snack machine in there.
Yep, already had one. And I said, "Are you guys happy with that?" And of course, their response is, "No." So I said, "Who do I need to talk to put one in here?" And they're just like, they pointed me to the right person. I said, "Hey, people aren't really so happy with the machine you have downstairs. Would you like another one? I can put it right over here, same size. I'll try to put some different products in there, but obviously some of them got to stay because it's what people buy, so on and so forth. If you have any issues, I live right up the road." Always say that. I don't care where you live compared to where they are. Always say you live right up the road because it has so much value. And then when they call, show up to fix it. If they call if something's wrong, just be a good business person and show up. Even if it's something like silly, show up, explain what happened, and then walk away. Make it look like you did something, even if you didn't.
You know what? I think all the businesses come down to just customer service.
Hands down. I agree. Hands down.
You say you have 15 vending machines in 9 locations already?
Yes.
Dang, you're making moves. And me, I have 2 machines. Just like you, Jamie, I had a little candy machine. You had the honor boxes, but I had a little, 25-cent candy machine in a
foot in the door method.
Exactly. And then I just went to go pitch them. Be like, hey, you guys know I keep my machine stocked. I give you a commission. We have this network relationship going on. Would you like a snack size vending machine here? They go, yeah. Here's one of my issues though. My machine is too big for the door.
Oh yeah. That's the same problem.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You open the door of the machine and you kitty corner it through the door.
Oh, I did that one time with my couch. It was too big, so I had to kind of like tilt it.
Same concept, only now you got to do it with 900 pounds.
Dang, there you go. So let me ask Tim real quick. Tim, you're starting way different, where you're just investing on a few vending machines, correct?
Yes.
And then, have you collected yet? And do you want to get more?
So yeah, I just went in on 2, and then I did kind of what Jamie said. I didn't want to invest all of what I had to invest. I wanted to make sure, because I kind of foresaw that, you know, going to need product, and then if something does, and I might want to upgrade here and there. So, what was the other question?
So pretty much, you know, hold on real quick.
Okay, I forgot, man. Shoot.
Oh wait, have you already collected?
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So since I dropped off my second machine, matter of fact, it was 2 days ago. So the same day or the next day after I dropped off my second machine, I went to check the first location just so I could kind of have them on the same kind of schedule, you know, for now, and just to kind of get a fit. And it had been there for 1 solid week, so I just kind of wanted to get a feel for it. But I made $12.50 on my first week. So
yeah, humble beginnings, bro.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay. It's all a little bit, you know, it's going to take a while. And I just put it in a
first week is the worst week.
The first week's the worst week?
Yep. I had someone tell me that the first week was the best week. I have not experienced that at one of my locations. The first week is always the worst.
And like, there was like 3 guys there when I went to check in. They're like, I walk in and I'm like, hey, I'm here to check on the vending machine. I got like my keys, you know, and they're like, vending machine? Where's the vending machine? And I'm like,
they don't even know yet.
So nobody even knew it was there.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to take time for the employees and customers to figure it out.
Yeah. Yep. Another thing I think that I'm doing a lot differently too is I'm vending mostly energy drinks. And like,
holy crap, I saw that in your video. I was like, are those all energy drinks?
Mostly. So some of them I had like, so the Royal, I put some canned sodas and some bottles just to kind of see, like, maybe, you know, just to make the prices kind of versatile too, because now there's something for 75 cents, something for $1, and something for $3. So it's like they could get something. So, and I asked around a couple other people too, like about vending energy drinks, and they said, like, you know, the profit margin is just not there. But I don't know. I'm in California, and like I'm looking at the numbers, and it's about the same. And I understand, like, I can't stock them as full because I can't put as many energy drinks in there. But both of my locations are within 12 miles of my house, so I figured it was a gamble worth taking, you know.
And Jamie, how do you feel about that? Do you feel you should only stick with sodas and cans, or throw in a little bit? I mean, how do you know when you first start what to put into your machine, Jamie?
That's the hardest part. So I actually, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
From being around for over a year now, I'm actually going to say cans, hands down. 12-ounce cans, hands down. You can fit the most amount of product in the machine, and most of the time, if you're savvy about how you go and purchase your cans, you're paying 30 cents a can. You charge $1, and you're making more than 66%, which is just dramatic. That's tripling your money.
So you have no locations with energy drinks or any other type of drinks?
Per demand, I do, but I try to keep it per minimum. I try to keep it as low as I can. But I have one location. Actually, my best location is 20-ounce bottles. I despise the fact that it's 20-ounce bottles, but it has to be for the location that it is. They wanted it. They asked for it. It's a huge dealership, so I can't really say no.
There you go. And how about you, Tim? Right now, you're still testing what drinks work and don't work, correct?
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out. So for them, they actually, same thing, they requested the energy drink, so that's kind of why I went that route. And for the math that I did was like, for a can of soda would be like 75 cents. I wouldn't think that they paid $1, but I might have to upgrade that to $1. So for me, it was kind of a struggle at first, and I just reached out and was like, hey, you want to ask the guys what they'd like to have in there? Because I could put, and that was the thing, is like, so I have a Vendo machine, which is kind of an old piece of junk, but it actually works pretty well. So, so it says the Pepsi graphics on the machine. So for that machine, I'd show them a picture, and I'd be like, hey, you know, even though it says Pepsi on it, I could put whatever in it, you know. And I actually have a third location that I'm kind of doing what Jamie's doing. I'm I know the guy's my neighbor and it's a nursery in town. And I asked him the same thing, like, hey, are you happy with your vending machine? And he's like, you know, the people, they don't really use it that often. I don't know if it would be worth it for you to do it. And I'm like, well, what kind of machine is it? And he's like, it's a Pepsi machine. I'm like, the thing is, they probably don't like just Pepsi products. So maybe that's why they're not vending out of it. So that's kind of, and I don't even have the machine yet, and I'm still trying to get a yes from them.
There you go, man. Hey, plant that seed already. So when they say yes, you just got to go get a machine and you already have.
I work best under pressure, I think, man. If it's got to get done, then I'll make sure to get it done. If there's time for wiggle room, I'm going to wiggle. So
there you go. So how much do you guys think a used vending machine, soda or snack, is going to cost? Because I bought mine used for $675. Do you guys think I paid too much or too little?
I gotta be totally honest here. I think it's unfortunate, but I think a result of YouTubers like us explaining the value in what vending machines can do has increased the price in the used market. Because when I started doing this, I was buying machines for $300 and $400. And now that there's a couple of people that have gotten very large on YouTube doing this specifically, I've noticed the value of machines that I don't view that valuable. That people are asking stupid amounts of money, and some people are paying it.
So I'm assuming the demand is rising and there's not so much supply on used machines that they're raising up the prices. And you're telling me I got bamboozled, Jamie?
How much did you say you paid?
$675 each.
For the age of your machines, I would have paid $300 a piece.
Oh, man. How about you, Tim? How much did you pay for your used vending machines?
So I kind of talked to Jamie about this a little bit, and he said, so I got a Royal, and I paid, so the way I kind of want to look at it is I paid $6 for the Royal, and then the Merlin 4, and then I paid $2 for the Vendo. I thought I got a killer deal because I got 2 machines for $800.
Well, you know, now I know for next time.
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody's watching this knows $300 to $400 for a used machine.
Yeah, I've been seeing them online now after too, some older ones, but for like a 175, 200, but they're more of the Vendo looking ones, and those kind of scare me now. So I'm not really sure.
All right. So we're almost going to get to the end of this podcast, but I want to talk about some YouTube questions because we're all YouTubers.
Okay.
So, yeah. Tim, what's the name of your YouTube channel? How many subscribers do you have, and how long you been doing it?
Okay, so the name of my YouTube channel kind of sucks because it's my name, and I think my parents were drunk when I was born, and they spelt my name with a Y instead of an I. So my name is just, my channel is Tim O'Laughlin, and it's just exactly how it sounds, you know?
Yeah, I hope you keep it that way. I love that name. I hope you keep it that way, and I think it makes you more of an individual. Tim's a really common name, so spelling it T-Y-M, I like it.
You know, it's really helped me over the years. Like I said, I've been in bands and I'm an artist and stuff too. So it's really separated me from the other Tims, definitely. Like I kind of, like everybody calls me Tim-O. So that's like the Tim-O show. That's kind of how I do my little intro thing.
And what is your YouTube channel about? Just vending or different hustles?
So, yeah, kind of different hustles. I have another hustle that I got in plan that I'm going to start making videos about too. It's a tiny one, like your mini hustle. It's like a mini hustle. But I started off with my painting. So I wanted to do YouTube, and I thought, you know, I'm always out here painting. And I know a lot of like little tricks and things that like save time. So I kind of started off with that, but then I wanted to do more. So I was like, I got to do more. So then I started the eBay, and then I found you, like learning what's the best way to ship. And I found your channel, and I was like, I'm just going to start filming what I'm doing. So then I just started filming what I was doing, and then just kind of steamrolled from there. And I got a lot of good feedback, and it just kind of just rolled with it, you know?
How long you been doing it? And how many subscribers do you have?
Oh, so I think today I got like 254. Yeah. And honestly, I started like really, so my channel I think I've had since 2012 because I used it for my band. And some of those videos only got like 10, 12 views or whatever. But I started, I think, really trying in March, the middle of March. Okay. So like really spending, you know, hours and hours and hours editing, like when I should be hanging out with my old lady and the kiddo. But like, I feel like with everything I do, and my family's real supportive because they know that like if I really apply myself that I could turn it into something because I've done it, which I did a t-shirt business too, but the timing wasn't right. and I needed to expand. And if I had expanded out, my painting business was sacrificed and the painting business was paying the bills, you know? So I kind of gave it away to a friend. And yeah, so I don't know. Did I answer all the questions?
Hey, Tim, just wait until you become monetized, man, because that's another stream of revenue.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was like, man, I can't wait till I can make videos about like how I did it, and hopefully the way I'm doing it, it's working, because I'm just trying to just do it right and not pretend and stuff. Like I kind of dropped my little intro because it's like I feel fake every time I'm doing it, so I'm not doing this intro thing anymore. It's kind of weird.
There you go. How about you, Jamie? Tell us about your YouTube channel.
I started YouTube January 15th, 2018, a little over a year ago, and it was, I don't want to say a joke, but it was not serious at all. Like I was consistently putting videos up about my vending journey, like it's very specific to vending, but I wasn't taking it like super seriously. I was just putting up videos of my experience as I went, and before I knew it, I was at like 500 subs, and it was a big deal at that point to me. Anyways, like I was like, wow.
Yeah. Your first 500, amazing.
My first 100, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like telling everybody, I got 100 subs. This is awesome. Everybody's like, so what? You know, I'm like, no, this is because like I'm saying, like I'm an artist and musician, and this has been YouTube is like a place where I get to like express all of the things I'm passionate about. Like I get to create the video, and I get to like show people what I'm going through, and like, you know, try to make a mark, you know, in the world, you know.
And you know what? I know we're all talking about the first 100, the first 500, and that's what you have to do. Celebrate the small victories, because there's a lot of people out there that want to compare themselves to somebody way bigger, but what they don't realize.
That's toxic. You can't do that. Yeah. You cannot do that. It's toxic.
So you got your first 500 subscribers, Jamie, and then what?
And then like this is where I got into this weird mindset, and I was like, I'm halfway to 1,000. And at the time, like that's when I started taking YouTube seriously. And I started taking the criticism seriously. And I was like, okay, this needs to be corrected. This needs to be corrected. And I flew to 1,000. I got there quick after that. I was like, wow, this is amazing. After 1,000, I actually stopped caring so much about how many subscribers I had and started caring more about my subscribers. Like it was just this weird mentality switch that happened. I'm getting paid for what I'm doing now, but I don't care about my sub count anymore. I care about my viewers more, and I want to make sure that I'm delivering content that they want to see.
And
so
I feel like we could all tell that's how you make your videos, because your videos, you're not trying. They're entertaining, but they have so much knowledge in there, man.
I try to. The thing is, like, people want to see one thing. So what I do is I make that video about the one thing that they want to see, but I squeeze stuff in there that really like gets the gears turning about how you do it.
Yeah.
And you make a video about how to do it, people aren't really that interested in that. But if you show how to do it with what they're interested in, then they understand what's happening.
And how many subscribers do you have right now, Jamie?
Today, right now, as we speak, I'm about 90 subscribers away from 5K.
Dang! Congratulations, man!
Yep.
Congratulations.
4,910.
That's so cool, dude.
How do you feel about it?
I love it. I love it. But again, I don't care so much about that number. I care more about what my when I put a video out, I want to see 100% of my subscribers viewing that video, because that means that I'm delivering content that helps them, that gets them where they want to be. And it's something they're genuinely interested. They're genuinely interested in trading their personal time, which is very valuable, for what I did. And that's what I am trying to do with my stuff.
You know what? And I feel we appreciate what you do, Jamie. And you too, Tim, showing your journeys. Because there's so many people out there, in my opinion, that they don't fake it, but they're not as real as showing the good and the bad like you both do.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I just want to show people that, like, if you want to do something, just do. Because I don't have all the knowledge like you. And Reyes, dude, like, you are an insane planner. Like, the way you plan and keep track of everything, like, I wish I had those skills. But, like, my skills is, like, I'm just going to, let's go. Green light. You know, let's do it, and we'll figure it out, you know. So that's kind of, I hope that somebody could see, man, he don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it. So I know there's other other people out there that kind of feel that way too. So I'm hoping I can just show them like, hey, you work through it.
You know what? We all have our own styles. Like, yes, I like to plan and I like to take action. But to be honest, I don't see every little thing. I'm always skipping something. Like, oh, I should have done this. Or maybe if I did a little bit more research, I would have had this answer. Like moving the vending machine. If I would have done some research and known, hey, I need a big dolly or something, it would have saved me a headache. But hey, we all learn differently and we all do our own thing. And last question of the podcast before I let you guys go. Jamie, what is your next step in anything? What's your next step overall right now?
Credit card readers. I am installing credit card readers and upgrading all of my machines to credit card readers.
Yeah.
That is my next step.
What made you do this?
I'm sorry?
What made you want to get credit card readers for your machines? Did you see sales going down or?
No, statistics in general. If you look up currency statistics in the world right now, the use of paper and coin money is in the decline significantly. In the past 2 years, it's been far worse than the years prior. No one's using it anymore. More people are using Bitcoin. More people are using PayPal, Amazon Pay, iPhone Pay, Android Pay. So,
you're seeing a little trend going on, and you feel credit card is going to increase your sales?
100%. I think I'm looking forward to prove this. Like, I can't wait to install that reader. Like, I just bought my first reader. I cannot wait to install it and show a before and after of what happens here. It's going to be amazing.
Hey, man, I'm going to have you back in a couple months so you can really tell us if you did get more sales. But you, Tim, what are your next steps in anything you're planning right now?
So, like I said, I got one little mini hustle I'm going to start up. But I think as far as the vending machine goes, business, I'd like to get some Gumball machines to place in between my locations because they're basically both on the same highway. So my thought is I don't have enough to really buy another full line yet. And I honestly, if I found one, I would. But I haven't found like a decent one that I feel comfortable buying yet. So I think I'm going to go look tomorrow at some Gumball machines to kind of place in between the soda machines. That way I actually kind of have a route. So that's kind of my next plan with that. And then, I don't know, I just kind of go day by day, really.
Hey, you know what? Just like Jamie, I'm going to invite you in a couple months, see how you're doing, see how you're growing your business.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, I just want to say, Jamie, thank you for stopping by. Tim, thank you for stopping by. And one more time, where can they find you, Tim?
So you can find me on Instagram at I am Timo, and that's IAMTYMO, and then just my name on Facebook. And I'm trying to do Twitter, but it's so confusing. I don't really understand. Well, I'm on there though.
No, I don't even have Twitter myself.
Yeah, if you guys want to go to Twitter, I'm there. Maybe I'll learn how to use it if I got a reason to.
And how about you, Jamie? Where can people find you?
You can. I've actually been solid on Facebook. I've been allowing people to go to my personal Facebook and reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm probably more of a tech guy when it comes to vending machines. So if you have issues, I have a lot of people try to get a hold of me. But if it's an issue I can solve real quick, I try to solve it real quick.
So how about Instagram? Are you on Instagram or not really?
Not really on. I mean, I think Farnsworthy Vending is on Instagram. I don't get on there very much. My YouTube channel, like you had said, is going to be in the description below. Yeah. That's one of the best ways to reach me right there.
To YouTube?
Yep, I respond to everything.
There you go. All right, everybody. Hopefully you got some valuable free 99 knowledge from this podcast about the vending machine business. And we'll see you in my, I don't know. I still haven't found an outro yet.
No, I like that one. That's a good one. I hear it in my head when I'm not even watching. Oh, I'll see you in my next video.
That's for my own personal, channel. But I'll see you in the next podcast.
Okay, I like it.
There you go.